Hello my dear timers, here we are once again with an unboxing video of the Dragon of Bravery Wargreymon starter deck ST15 and the Wolf of Friendship Digimon ST16. Here it is. So everybody knows what cards these decks have, but for some reason you want to people like the unboxing videos, so let's see what this is about and let's talk a little about the cards, effects, and if there is something like an special illustration art, we can check it out. Also, this is the first time we can appreciate the Ace Digimons. Ace Digimons, for those who don't know, are these special Digimons that has low cost for play, but they have an extra effect called overflow. Let's open the boxes and let's see the effects one by one. So let's start with the main character, always, Wargreymon. So here we are. Let's open the box. Oh, okay, only that. As always, we have the cards. Oh, the typical playmat, the paper playmat that comes with every starter deck. That's cool. I like it. And the other side, a full Wargreymon playmat. Cool, I think it's cool. Not gonna lie, I think I prefer the Agumon side with the 3 evolutions. Looks very good. Okay, let's put this here, and now let's check out the cards. We don't need that. Okay. Okay. Memory coach. Actually looking very good. It's something I really like about these starter decks are the memory gauges. They always look so good. The reflection in the eyes, everything. Very good, very nice. Let's put them over there and let's go with the cards. So first, the 4 Digitamas, Koromon, Black Koromon, and of course in this starter deck is when we start with a new label of the Digimon cards. That the label starts with the level of the Digimon, I mean the cost, the play cost, and what color it belongs. In this case, I mean it doesn't look like much, but it's black. We have the level here, we have the, there we go, uncommon. The effect, for those who doesn't know Japanese, in all turns, once per turn, when an attack is redirected, this Digimon gains plus 1k. The illustration looks very good. Let's see. Oh, it's very good, it's very good. 4 copies. Now only 2 copies of Agumon. Rare evolves from Koromon. Here the label as a black card, 1k. Effect, start of your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, memory plus 1. Inherited skill, same as Koromon in all turns. Inherited skill, same as Koromon in all turns, once per turn. When an attack is redirected, it doesn't matter if it's your Digimon or opponent's Digimon, memory plus 1. So only 2 copies of the Agumon. So now you know that if you want to actually have a playset, you need to buy 2 starter decks, which is kinda a dick move. Okay, let's see. 4 copies of clear Agumon. It's not toy Agumon, it's clear Agumon. There is a big difference, okay? Inherited skill, Psychido, and that means reboot. So this is the same as the first toy Agumon that came out in BT2, that the only skill it has is inherit and is reboot. So now with this, you can have at least 8 level 3s in your black deck that gives reboot to your Digimons. So that's interesting. We have Solarmon. Over there, Solarmon. Solarmon, 3 cost, 2k, and just a on play skill. Open the first card of your deck. If it's a black card, put it in your hand. Send the rest to the bottom. Okay, this is not a good card. I mean, it's a filler, I guess, but I could find better cards to put in a deck. 4 copies. Now we have Toy Agumon. The original, the OG. 4 cost to play and 4k of TP. That's unusual for a level 3. Blocker. And, do you wanna... okay. When this Digimon attacks the player, memory -2. Now we can start to see like the real power creep of the game, because if many remember, this ability blockers used to be level 4 or higher, and if it was level 3 it couldn't attack maybe, and most of them when they attack, doesn't matter if it was the player or another Digimon, they always lose memory, and this one is only limited if it attacks the enemy player. So that's an official power creep. Interesting card. I don't know if I will put it in a deck, but if it's a blocker deck, maybe. 4k is a good number. Okay, let's see. 4 copies of our best friend Mechanorimon. I love this Digimon, and the art is very good. From Koki. The art is very good. As the old Mechanorimon, only 4 cost to play, 5k, 2 for evolution, and the only skill it has is Psychido, you mean reboot. Not bad, maybe for a cyborg deck like Machine Dramon. Then we have 4 copies of Tank Dramon in a new art that looks very cool. 6k, 5 to play, 2 to evolve, skill jamming. 4 copies, nothing complicated. Again, if we have a machine cyborg deck that doesn't just... it just isn't Machine Dramon, we can actually play this. It will be interesting. And now we have the jewel of the crown, Greymon. Ooh, super rare. Only 2 copies. Look at that foiling. We have a lot of Digimons in the background. It's in the city. In the internet you have the illustration clear, and you can see that there is a city, the other Digimons, and here is very difficult, honestly. It's not just the camera, it's actually very difficult to see the background. Well, skills. 6 cost is very high to play. 5k, security skill is the same as the security Greymon, security Digimons. When this Digimon comes out from the security, you can play an Agumon or a tamer with a Yagami Taichi, you know, Taichi, without paying its cost from your hand or trash. Very interesting. Blocker, so that gives more support to the blocker deck. And inherited skill, in all turns when an attack is redirected, memory +1. Same as Agumon. Only 2 copies, so you need to buy 2 starter decks. Let's continue. So we have Nightmon. Those who will remember Lord Nightmon have this card in their hearts. 6 cost to play for a level 5 is not bad. 7k, 3 to evolve. And on play effect, destroy a Digimon that has 5 cost or less in your opponent's side. Between this Nightmon and the one that came out in the, I think, Ragnarokmon starter deck that is dual color red and black, I don't know if we have a Black Knights archetype. We have the new Craniamon, we have a fair number of Black Knights. So this card may be useful in the future. I mean, it's only a common, it doesn't have an amazing skill, but it could help. So we have 4 copies of Andromon. A great illustration. Andromon always looks so menacing in all the art. This is the first one that looks peaceful. It makes me remember the Digimon Adventure Andromon. Okay, the effect is on evolution just the Digiball 1 of your opponent's Digimons. And the inherited skill Sakido also reboot. We have a lot of reboot in this starter deck. So, only 2 copies of Metal Greymon. A rare card, also 2 copies, like, okay, that's not cool. 3 for cost for evolution, 3 from any Greymon in the name. And blocker. Blocker illustration looks very cool. Inherited skill, security attack +1. Maybe Mugendamon players will like this card. I think I will add it to my Mugendamon deck. And now the time has come. War Greymon. This card looks very good. Look, we have Metal Greymon in the background. The illustration is very good. A Histramon in the background also. I have to say, if you are a collector and you only like to collect, this card looks very good for those. So, it's not just War Greymon, it's just War Greymon Ace. Inherited skill, where this is like an special rectangle, same as the special evolutions. They are not really effects, but they are rules for the cards. So, we have to talk about this card, so I will explain a little. The first effect is from hand, and is counter, Blast Evolution. So basically, this is the first time we have a counter effect in the game. The counter effect comes after your opponent's Digimon attacks and uses all their effects. Your first action can be counter, and counter in this case is Blast Evolution. So you can evolve one of your level 5's Black Orb that is a Metal Greymon, or no, that has Greymon in the name, that is level 5, into this Digimon for no cost. So you can play it for free. And the second thing that this Digimon has, Digimon that have Ace in the name, is not only the counter part, that until this point all the Digimons that have been revealed have that they are Ace, have counter effects. This Digimon has blocker, and once per turn, when a card is trashed, came out from any security, this Digimon becomes active, if it's your security or your opponent's. Wow, looks very good. So what is the difference between this Digimon and the normal ones, the Ace and the normals? Not only the rectangle and how it's done the card, but usually what we notice first is the play cost. So it's almost the same play cost as the cheapest level 5s, but they come with a disadvantage. The thing is the overflow effect that is here. when this card, the Wargreymon Ace, leaves the battle area as any form, as the Digivolving, and even if you have a level 7 over this, and they trash the source, the Wargreymon, or whatever form, or this Digimon dies, or it's returned to the deck, hand, or whatever, the controller of this card loses 4 memory. Even if you could manage to play a level 6 for only 6 cost, the risk of that cheap play could come bite you back at some point in the future. That's an interesting change in the game. So even if you give your opponent 10 memory, they can actually end up playing a level 6 directly and going to level 7 or whatever. So now you really have to be ready for anything. And it's been confirmed that we will have even more Ace cards in the future. Be tuned to see how these kind of cards change the meta. Then, even if we already saw the most important card of the deck, we have High Endermon. See, 11 to play, 12 cost, 4 to evolve. Skill blocker. Wait, I can read. Chinkashi. Cost. Okay. And when you evolve, you kill an opponent Digimon that has 8 cost or less. So basically, if your opponent has a Wargreymon Ace in the field and you evolve into High Endermon, you could actually kill that Wargreymon Ace. And also win 4 memory because of the overflow effect. So that's very interesting. Many effects that delete by cost will become really strong. 4 copies. Now, 4 copies of Yagami Taichi or Tai for some. The typical 4 cost tamer effect of the typical 4 cost tamer, that when your memory is less than 3, put it at 3. And in all turns, when an attack is redirected, rest this tamer and win draw 1, and one of your Digimons win plus 2k. Very good tamer for any blocker deck. It's practically perfect. So I really hope to see a blocker deck in the future. And now we have left the option cards. So only 2 copies of Yukino Saishinki. The translation should be like advanced courage, bravery, advanced bravery. I don't know. Well, the text specifies that when you have a Yagami Taichi in the field, even any color, you can ignore the color requirements and suspend one of your Digimons. Then one of your Digimons with Greymon in its name will not be affected by your Digimon's effects until the end of your opponent's turn, but they can be vulnerable to option cards. Still a very interesting card. More for the blocker deck. And last cards, 4 copies of Trident Arm. Effect: the Digibot 3 to one of your opponent's Digimon, and then start of your main phase. Okay. One of your opponent's Digimons wins the effect at the start of your main phase. This Digimon attacks. Same as Examon, Slayer Damon, forcing one of your Digimons to attack. But this one, you choose what Digimon has this effect. Inherited skill, the Digibot 3. Same as the other one, but you lose the force to attack. 6 copies. This card is very interesting since lately the Digivolve has become quite strong. So it's a very good card. And that's it for the starter deck. Really, we don't have any surprises or parallels or extra cards for this. So let's just go for Garuru and talk about those effects. I really hope that we have a blocker deck in the future, because I see that the spoilers of BT14 seems to point in that direction. You know, Bandai wants blockers to be relevant again, and Digimon becoming a field control game. So this deck is very interesting, but it's a bad starter deck for people that want to learn. I feel like, yeah, it doesn't fill the gaps. You can't really exploit the effects. It's very hard. It's very weird. I mean, I think you can use it for someone to learn, but it's the same as the Imperial Demon and Mastemon starter decks. I think they are bad starter points to show someone the game, because they have a super new mechanic that is atypical. But let's go for Garuru now. Here we are with the Garuru starter deck. Same as before, here we have the cards. And the typical playmat. Garurumon, Garurumon, where Garurumon? Looks very good, very good. And the Metal Garurumon. I still I know that the illustration is technically right, but I still laugh looking at Metal Garurumon and thinking his teeth are purple, or it's just me. But if you see it up close, they are actually white, but since everything has a purple tone to it, they end up a little weird. But it's very cool. Without further ado, let's go for the cards. Oh yeah, let's see. Nice. Memory Gauge. Very bluish for a purple starter deck, but I like it. First 4 cards. Sunamon, our beautiful boy. Inherit skill: when you attack, if you have 6 cards or less on your hand, draw 1. Interesting effect. I think this card will work with Galfmon. I don't know if you guys remember. Galfmon is... It came out in X3 or X2. It's a Demon Lord. I think it's a Demon Lord or something like that. It's a purple level 6 that actually make both players trash all their hands until you have only 6 or 5 cards left. So that's cool. So Elekimon or Elekmon, that is purple, not only the card but itself, illustrated by our favorite Koki. So on play effect, draw 1 and trash 1 card. Very standard effect. I think it's the power. This is the power grip of the Gabumon of the previous starter deck, because the Gabumon requires you to attack. This one is just play. So good. 4 copies, a common. Oh, here comes the big guns. Our favorite Wolf Gabumon. Only 2 copies. So, evolves from Sunamon for 0 at the start of your main phase, same as Agumon. If your opponent has a Digimon, memory +1. Inherit skill: when you attack, same as... No, it's not the same as Sunamon. When you attack, once per turn, draw 1 and discard 1 card. So this is literally the power creep of the old Gabumon, because it's the same card, but this one has a main phase effect, so... the replacement. So we have Bakumon or Tapirmon, for those who don't know the original name. Again, illustrated by Koki. This looks very good, very good. It is an uncommon, and the inherited skill Michisure, that is a retaliation or drag down for, I don't know how it's called in the West. Retaliation, I think. 4 copies, very interesting. And now we have Gotsumon but purple, something that I have never seen before. 4 cost, 4k, is the same as the Toyagumon effect. Michisure drag down, you know, the retaliation. In your turn, when this Digimon attacks another Digimon, memory -2. So it's the inverted of the Toyagumon, since it can exploit the drag down effect. It makes you pay by when you attack the other Digimon, so that's cool. This is literally power creep. A level 3 with this effect, very strong. So 4 copies of that. Now Bakemon, one of my favorite Digimons, also illustrated by Koki. And I forgot to mention, now we have the color reference. See, before it was black, now it's purple. A common blocker, nothing crazy. Moving on, Metamon, also one Digimon I really like. It doesn't have anything special. 6k, 5 cost, 2 for evolution, and when it dies, memory +1. Yeah, that explains why it's a common. It's really bad. I mean, I wouldn't play it. Oh, we got the big wolf. Garurumon. Oh, look at that attack. Fighting with the Gorillamon. That looks very good. Same as before, 6 cost to play, that is super big. Evolve for level 3 with Gabumon in the name for 2. And security effect. This is a security effect card, same as the other Greymon. You may play one Gabumon or a tamer that has a mat, you know, a Yamato mat, from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Yeah, very good. And when digivolving, draw 1 and trash 1 card from your hand. And the inherited skill is the same. When you attack, draw 1 and trash 1 card from your hand. Very good card. Let's see if the purple archetype can use the Garurumon. I doubt that we will ever have a Gabumon purple deck. I can see this kind of cards fitting in other purple archetypes, but very good, interesting. Okay, sorry for interruption. We have Pumpkinmon. It's been a while since we have seen Pumpkinmon. Honestly, I like this Digimon a lot. And common, but it has a very interesting skill. I mean, 6 cost to play, 7k of DP. The effect is, when you play this, you can play a level 3 purple Digimon from your trash. So I know it doesn't sound strong. Let's remember those option cards or Digimons that actually let you play a level 5 and let you keep the on-play effects. And now you start to see how this can escalate if you make it well. I mean, I wish it had an inherited skill to make it worth, but for a common it seems very good. 4 copies of Mammothmon, I think that's the name in the West, with a very sick illustration. I really like it. Okay, Mammothmon looks like the typical level 5 effect blocker. Inherited skill Michisure, you know, drag down or retaliation. So this one is very interesting, very good. It's only uncommon, so looks very strong for a level 5. I mean, I don't know if I can fit it in a specific archetype, but the two effects are pretty solid together. The blocker and retaliation. So, 4 copies, good card. Ooh, here comes the boy. Where Garurumon giving a kick. Sick illustration comes from a level 4 that has Garurumon in the name. So, effect once per turn. If you trash one card from your hand, you can become active. Inherit effects when you attack once per turn. By trashing one card from your hand, delete a Digimon, an opponent Digimon that is level 4 or lower. Cool, I guess it's good for get rid of blockers. And now we come for the other jewel of the crown. Metal Garurumon Ace. Wow, look at it, fighting with the black Metal Garurumon. Looking very good. Again, if you're a collector, these cards look beautiful. Wow. Same as Wargreymon before, 6 cost to play, 3 to evolve, 11 DP, low but, you know, acceptable. Same effect from your hand, counter, burst evolution. So, when your opponent Digimon attacks, after they play all the effects, you can counter and evolve one level 5 into this Digimon for 0 cost. It has an evolution effect. You can trash up to 3 cards and win 1 point of memory for each card trash. You evolve one of your level 5s into this, you can maybe force them to pass the turn. So that's very good. And then on attack, by trashing one card of your hand, delete the Digimon with the lowest level of your opponents. Trash one card and delete a Digimon. I mean, lowest level, but still, if you at this point have been deleting all your opponent's Digimon because you are purple, this may be very good. And of course, Metal Garurumon Ace has the Ace effect. When this Digimon is, when this card, not this Digimon, is moved away from the battle area, you lose 4 memory. So be careful. Looks very good. I like it a lot. This card made the funny thing is, like, this card made the limitation of the promo War Garurumon super fast, because when this came out, that same week or weekend, we saw a lot of Metal Garurumon decks winning like crazy. I can explain that this is more powerful than the X1 Metal Garurumon that lets you evolve usually for 2 or 1 memory because you have a bunch of cards on hand. This is even better because you evolve for literally nothing if you trash 3 cards. So amazing. And since it can evolve from a Digimon with Garurumon, level 5 Garurumon in the name, you can put it in blue, even if it's purple. Great card. Let's go with the final. Skull Mammothmon. Also, Skull Mammothmon, it's been a card that has been, I think, yellow before. I don't remember if we saw it before, but pretty standard. Well, it's uncommon, evolution effect, draw 1 and trash 1 card from your hand. And once per turn, all turns, when a card is trashed from your hand by an effect, you may play 1 purple level 4 or lower Digimon from your trash without paying its cost. This is very strong. This is an incredible uncommon. I mean, this is not the main level 6 of one of your decks, but this card is very good. Also, you don't have to miss the on-play effects, so that's a plus, that's power creep right there. And that's all for the Digimons. We go for the Tamer or main boy Yamato, or, you know, Matt Ishida. Same as before, if your memory is 2 or lower, go to 3. And when you trash a card from your hand using one of your effects, by suspending this Tamer, gain 1 point of memory. This is huge, this is a great tamer, and this is going to be used a lot. Because purple trashes cards like crazy. But it has to be from your hand, remember. 4 copies. We have Yusho no Do Koku. So that will be like friendship. Wait, I will look for this word. It's Lament of Friendship. And the same as the cards of the black starter deck. If you have a Matt Ishida as a tamer, you can ignore the color requirements. Main effect, return 1 Digimon card from your trash to your hand. Then one of your Digimons with Garurumon in the name gain the effect on deletion. Play this card without paying its cost until the end of your opponent's turn. That's huge, that's amazing. It doesn't limit you, it doesn't take your own play effects. I mean, it's limited to Garurumon cards, but still, very strong, very good. I like it. I hope we have a Garurumon deck, purple deck, so we can use this. And last 4 cards. Bordy Blow. Bordy Blow. Badly Blow? Bordy Blow. Main effect, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. I guess it's fine for 4 cost. Security effect, use this effect. Okay, I mean, not a bad card, but for 4 cost is good. I don't know if I want that specific effect. So that's all for this starter deck. It has very interesting cards, very good cards that will probably work in the future. I don't know how the archetypes will evolve, but pun intended. I can see many of these cards being used at least as fillers, because as fillers they are super good. As their main archetype, the Garuru may be something, but I don't know. I feel like the purple starter deck is better than the black one to teach players about how to play, at least for a purple standing point of view. Like, if you get used to this starter deck with purple, you can play any purple deck. You get used to trash cards, keep cards, and all that. So I think the purple is a good deck to teach someone how to play. Still very difficult to do it with the ace mechanic in the middle, but maybe you can take out the ace card and teach someone. So that will be the end for this video. I hope you like it. If you have any questions or whatever, leave it in the comments, and see you next time. Bye bye.